everyone, I'm Kat and I'm here with Clayton Family Kitchen today, and we're going to make one of my favorite things for breakfast, a cinnamon raisin French toast. You will need 6 to 8 eggs, a half a cup of milk, a teaspoon of vanilla, a quarter teaspoon of nutmeg, cinnamon sugar, syrup, raisin cinnamon bread, and a quarter teaspoon of salt. So to start making the French toast, we want to make almost like you're making scrambled eggs, the mixture to dip the bread in before we cook it. So I'm going to start off with my eggs. The only difference is these eggs are going to be kind of sweet. They wouldn't make great scrambled eggs. And you need quite a few because your bread is going to soak in it. I say 6 to 8 eggs, but it depends on how much French toast you're making. If you end up not having enough for your bread, then just add some eggs. And it should be fine that way. You're gonna add your milk to the eggs and also the salt, your teaspoon of vanilla, and the nutmeg. And I say a quarter teaspoon of nutmeg, but I kind of just visualize it. I'm not exact with it. A little nutmeg goes a long way. And I just go ahead and grate it straight into the eggs. I love the smell of fresh nutmeg. Then you're going to whip them up just like you're making scrambled eggs. You want everything really well mixed. I think French toast is one of the first things I learned how to make as a kid. It's always been a favorite. Even when I go to a restaurant, that's always what I want is French toast. And normally I use just regular white bread. But today I'm using a cinnamon raisin bread to kind of give some extra flavor. And now that I have that mixed, I'm going to go ahead and put it in a more shallow bowl that's easier for my bread to be dipped in. Then I'm going to go ahead and start my skillet. I need to melt about 4 tablespoons of butter. So let your eggs set to the side. You don't want to put the bread in it because it'll kind of soak up too much of the eggs. So you want a skillet and you want it on medium heat. You don't want it too hot or it will immediately burn your eggs. I'm going to go ahead and put my butter. I have about 4 tablespoons. It seems like a lot, but you're going to need it for the bread. And basically, we're going to let it melt. And you want it to be kind of brown and bubbling before you add the bread. So while this is melting, I'm going to go ahead and get my egg mixture and bring it over to my skillet. And my bread. And I usually do about 2 slices at a time. So my butter is starting to bubble and it's starting to turn a little bit darker. So I'm going to go ahead and add the bread to the eggs. And you just want to stick it in there. Your fingers are going to get messy. You want it totally submerged. You want the egg to soak into the bread. And then you're just gonna kind of let some of the egg drip off and then set it in the skillet. And I'm gonna do 2 pieces. That's just enough for me. Soak it in there. And then while it's cooking on that side, I'm gonna go wash the egg off my hands. It should only take a couple minutes on each side. The egg will kind of cook and be browned, and then I'll flip it over to finish it. I kind of flip it up to check the egg on it. Maybe. And this is definitely not a diet food. This is something I just make special when I'm really wanting something nice for breakfast. Because it's a lot of butter and a lot of eggs, but it is so good. Go ahead and try to flip it. It'll get a little brown. You may need to flip it a couple of times until the egg is completely cooked. And I don't know if this piece even wants to turn on me. Okay. Sometimes I will kind of smash it down a little bit just to make sure that the egg is completely cooked inside of the bread. So French toast should be ready. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on a plate. And then I'm just going to add a little bit more nutmeg. And I'm going to take my cinnamon sugar and just kind of put it on top. I like a lot, so I'm going to cover it. And then finish it with the syrup. That is how you make cinnamon raisin French toast. It's really simple and it's really delicious. And thanks for watching.